In today's video, I'm gonna teach you guys how to write viral scripts for Reels for real estate agents that actually work. Now, you might be wondering, will this work for me? Yes, it will because it's a formula. I'm gonna teach you guys the formula that I used last year to help my clients get over 100 million views on Instagram and sell hundreds of millions of dollars worth of real estate. So let's go ahead and get into it. The first thing you have to do is you have to cut out old patterns. You just gotta stop doing it. Whether it's you doing it or your clients want to do it, you have to put an end to it. You got to put an end to the madness. So what's the madness? The madness looks like this and it sounds like this. Hi, my name's Claudio and welcome to 123 Main Street in the heart of Queensboro, in the coveted neighborhood of this. And it's just like, it's old. It doesn't work and people are still doing it, but they're getting left behind because there is a new way of scripting. The scripting is the biggest thing. You might be wondering, like, is it really the biggest thing? Yes. You can edit well, you can shoot well, but if you don't have the scripting right, because scripting truthfully is the ultimate edge. If you don't get this right, the videos don't go viral. I can think of a video that we did, within the last year. It was a Hey Siri video. It was for a cheap house. It was a $2 million house. It was a cheap house, but the video went viral. It sold in 24 hours because of the video. Now, we've sold, $2 million houses from Instagram, and we've helped agents sell $40 million houses from Instagram. It just works. So let's go ahead and get into it. So there's a new way of scripting, and we're going to teach you guys the viral scripting process. Let's get to it. So the first thing you do is, as a real estate videographer, you want to walk the house. See, the problem is most real estate videographers, they show up to a shoot and they just start shooting. They put the mic on the agent. What do you want to say? And it's just chaotic. It's way too crazy. You want to walk the house. So show up to the shoot, you put your stuff into the laundry room, and you're just going to walk the house with the agent. Walk the house. Go inside the house, go outside, hear things out, get a feel for the house. If you're writing the script and you've never walked the house, you're writing the script blindly. The first thing you have to do is walk the property. But the next thing you want to do is you want to sit down with the agent. You have to sit down. If you don't sit down, this will go nowhere. Here's the truth: is agents, they're salespeople, they are business people, they're driven, they're very passionate people typically, and they'll just start talking on camera. If you put a mic on them, they'll just start talking, and then it's just like this confusion of what are we supposed to do? You gotta sit down and you have to write the script. Here's why. Because if you don't write the script beforehand, the agent's gonna get frustrated because they're not used to being on camera. And even if they are used to being on camera, if you wanna make viral videos, they're gonna get frustrated. They're gonna lose their energy. So let's go ahead and just take a pause and teach you guys how to write the script. So the first thing you wanna do is you wanna sit down with them. You've walked the property. Now, before you ever start writing anything, you have to sit down. If they're not sitting, what's going to happen is they're going to become impatient. That's the truth. So the next thing you want to do is you want to open your notes app. So what I like to do is I like to open up my notes app, and I like to use the bullet point feature. So bullet point, bullet point, bullet point, bullet point. What I'm doing is, before even getting to the script writing process, I want to gather my thoughts. Okay, so this house is, it's $40 million. It has, it's on the ocean. You can see the sunrise. All these little things. I'm taking notes. So you want to make sure that you have the notes organized, and then you write the hook. But the first thing you want to do is you want to open the notes app. So you've walked the house, you've sat down with the agent, and now you're opening up your notes app and you're going to start asking questions. So the truth is, you have to ask the 9-10 viral scripting questions. This is exactly what I use to help my clients get over 100 million views last year. This is what our students use. This works. So before we get into it, I want to give you guys the mindset, right? So look at this picture right here. Who's that? That is the Wolf of Wall Street, Jordan Belfort. And you remember this scene if you've watched the movie. Hey, sell me this pen. You need to get agents out of content mode, right? The reason why they're saying welcome to, the reason why they're all over the place. Oh, maybe we can, maybe we can say my name or we can say the address, is because they're in content mode. You have to get them out of content mode and get them into real estate mode. So let's go ahead and go over how you do that. So the first thing you want to do is you want to just get an idea of what is this house going to be listed at. So The reason that we ask that question is it's a trick question. It's setting them up for the next question. So you've walked the house, you have a good idea of what the property is like, and then you want to ask, what is this house going to be listed at? Because this is the trick question. The next question that you have, so let's say they say the property, yeah, it's going to list for 15 million, or maybe it's going to list for 1 million. Okay, great. This is the context. First, let's get to the context. If the neighbor listed their home at the same price with another agent, why would they choose this one? So this is just the framework. So you see this picture, boom, take a screenshot. That's the framework. Now let's go ahead and get into the actual role play. So you're at the property, you ask them, what's the property gonna be listed at? Oh, it's gonna be listed for 10 million. Got it. So if the neighbor were to list their home for $10 million with another agent, why would they choose this home? And then all of a sudden they're gonna start selling you the pen. They're going to sell you the property. And they're gonna say things like, yeah, it's a no-brainer. It's got the best pool in all of Texas. It's like, wait a second, the best pool of all of Texas? Now I have somewhere to go and I'm starting to get ideas for the hooks. Or let's give you an example. Who's going to buy this home? And we're kind of getting to the next question is, who would be insatiable towards this house? Right? Who needs this house? And I'll show you this clip right here. Check out this clip right here.
What do they look like? What do they dream of?
Somebody that wants to feel wowed every single time they look and reflect on the home they bought.
Yeah, there's a song that says wow. Let me kind of hear it out. It'd be kind of cool, right?
For $40 million, when your guests show up, all they'll say is wow.
So you notice how the agent, he said, wow, it's a wow home. Somebody that just comes home and they say, wow. That gave me the idea for not only the hook, but the song to use. And then the video I think it got like 150,000 views within the first week because it's a viral scripting process. And there you just saw what it was like actually doing it. So there's just a few questions. The first one is, if the neighbor were to list their home for $40 million, why would they choose this one? And it's another agent, keep in mind. Why would they choose this one? Because this one's a wow home. That's why. Or the second question I really like is, who would be insatiable towards this house? Another way you can ask it is, who needs this home? Not who needs this home. It's like, no, who needs this home? Who really, really wants it? That's a very important question. Or you could say is, who sees this home and just has to have it? And it will work. It'll work for $10 million properties, $30 million properties, $100 million properties. And it also will work for $500,000 properties. Because you could say, well, who needs this home? And they could say, well, absolutely, it's going to be a teacher couple. Like, there's no doubt because it's right next to the school. And you're like, boom, there is the hook. There's the hook. They will write the hook for you. They will write the script for you. You just have to ask the questions. So if you ask these questions, it will work. If you're still watching this video, it's because you understand what I'm getting at. And if it doesn't make sense to you, then you got to keep learning because this works every single time. It doesn't just work with me. I have an entire team. That's how we're able to fulfill an insane amount of product at Studio 910 because we work off a process. So this is a system. Once you've asked those questions, then you want to review all your notes. And what you've been doing is you've been taking notes. Okay, bullet point, bullet point, bullet point, bullet point, bullet point, bullet point. And then you want to ask yourself, what is the juiciest bullet point that I have here? What's the best one that I have? And then from there, you write the hook. So when it comes to the hook, I like to say you want to cook the hook. I remember every script that I write, and one of the hooks that I wrote was, why go to the airport when for 20 million you could have your own? Like, that hook just worked. The video went viral. I mean, all the videos, if you check out Studio 910 or my own Instagram, claudiorivera.910, I post a lot of my work there. The videos are just hitting like crazy. So it's all based off the hook. If you don't write a compelling hook, if you don't give people a reason to stop and watch the video, it doesn't matter how many day and nights you did. It doesn't matter if you woke up for sunrise. It doesn't matter if you stayed late. It doesn't matter if you shot for 3 days. It doesn't matter if you shot time lapses. They will never know because you didn't cook the hook. So the hook is the most important part. So you're going to review the notes and then you're going to cook the hook. Now, once you've cooked the hook, now the hook should be something bold. It should be a bold statement about the house. It could be a kind of like it's a phrase. Like, you're just, it's like it's got to be catchy. Like, it's got to catch their attention. And then once you've cooked the hook, then you want to get to the middle context. So the middle context, you don't need to talk about how many bedrooms the house has. It's all about selling the lifestyle, selling the feel, the ethos of the home. And what I like to do, the best middle context, it should be as engaging as the hook, which I call the rehook. So you could do the middle context, but if you want to be really good at middle context, it's the rehook. And then the last thing you want to do is you want to write a call to action. The reason you want to write a call to action is just so the video doesn't just end. If the video just ends out of nowhere, well, then it just feels awkward. So always want to write a call to action. You could say something as simple as one more statement about the home, send me a message for a private tour. You could always say, send me a message for a private tour. All over the world, people are saying, send me a message for a private tour. Or you could say something that causes people to share it. There's so many ways to go about it, but here's a few examples.
If you'd like to see it, send me a message.
So if you want the best Fort Lauderdale has to offer, send me a message.
If you want to immerse yourself into the Palm Beach lifestyle immediately, your Palm Beach dream is closer than you think.
This is the West Coast paradise. Send this reel to a girl with daddy issues.
And now that you've seen a few call to actions, the last thing you want to do is you want to subscribe. If you want to learn how to run the play, you want to learn how to build your real estate media business, get the best clients, travel the world, I will happily teach you. So make sure you hit subscribe. And if you want to ask me any questions, my phone number is right here. If you reach out to me within 24 hours, I will personally get back to you. All right, guys, catch you guys on the next video.